MADDEN. Game time. Run it up, 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 run it up.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 13 carries, 83 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help it reach the century mark.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Cousins to throw it. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Cousins. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Play fake. Cousins. Going right back to Wilson. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Fame.
2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins now. And he wisely will throw that one away. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 62 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
From the 27, Taylor. That's to Galladay. What a catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Going right back to Galladay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Giants at 5-9 on the year. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A first down carry for Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. Looking for Shepard deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. Good play to get him behind the line there by Blake Martinez.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. To throw is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now a dump off here complete, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Meanwhile, Cousins throw there taken in by Smith. He'll get it in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession. Just bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, Because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The quick slant caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings are able to move back in front. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The New York set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 49 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Completes this again to Shepard. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here. So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing again on 2nd down. Taylor, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And this is going to turn into line. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw again is Taylor. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve.
As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check it. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. We get a peek at Sterling Shepard as the Giants get set for their upcoming series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
They go play action with Taylor. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley
with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And from back there, a wise
this move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. The 5, you made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Cousins will try and throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, it's Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
49 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Taylor will throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could...
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jordan Akins, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself,
No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gano for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Cousins. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll go to Bart. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 72 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Giants, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9.